What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle Johnson. Thank you so much for stopping by. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. It is officially WrestleMania week. And with that, you're seeing these videos aplenty. I mean, every single WWE content creator on the planet is making this video. So you know I had to as well. This is my official WrestleMania 42 match card predictions. In this video, I am going to be going over both night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. I'm going to be talking about who I think is going to win every match. I'm going to be talking about why I think they would win the match or why WWE would book it a certain way. And I'm going to talk about possibly where things could go from there. Now, keep in mind, this is a predictions video, not a how I would book video. If I run across a decision that I don't agree with, but I think WWE is going to do it, I will talk about that as well, about what I would personally prefer. And then we're going to talk about what I think is going to happen. So if you enjoy this video and more content like it, be sure to give me a subscribe, tap the little bell for notifications because I will be coming your way every single week with brand new wrestling content. And be sure to come back next week for my official reviews of both night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. Anyway, let's get into the video. So in announcing both cards for both nights of WrestleMania, WWE also announced that the first hour of each night is going to be streamed live on ESPN for free. And they announced the matches that are going to be taping there. So I'm going to start with those matches and kind of just work my way forward. Let's start with night 1 and the match that I think might open the show. I could be wrong. I don't know. Is the 6-man tag team match with Jimmy and Jay the Usos and LA Knight taking on the World Tag Team Champions, The Vision and IShowSpeed. Now look, I personally love IShowSpeed. I love his involvement in WWE, and I think he's going to become a WWE superstar, like, eventually. The dude is incredibly charismatic. He is so athletic. He's so entertaining, and I genuinely think this match is going to be a whole lot of fun. This match, I think, solely exists to be a moment maker. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star classic by any means, but I think we are going to get some incredible moments in this match and some viral moments in this match. But in the end, I do think that the Usos and LA Knight are going to win this match. I think they're either going to pin IShowSpeed, or I think maybe IShowSpeed is going to turn on the Vision. Who knows? Or IShowSpeed might accidentally cost the Vision. Either way, I think that the Vision is losing because of IShowSpeed. And I hope to see IShowSpeed on WWE TV a lot more. He's very entertaining. Next up, let's talk about the other match that was announced on night 1 to be on that ESPN kind of starter. We're talking about Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. I kind of question the decision to have this match as one of the matches they're using to draw in a casual viewer, because I feel like this match is very much going to be for the hardcore wrestling fan. I don't think this match in any way, shape, or form is supposed to be for those who aren't wrestling fans. And if they try to dumb this thing down or to try to water this thing down to kind of make it more appealing to non-wrestling fans, I think I'm genuinely going to be pissed off. This thing needs to be violent. This thing needs to be brutal. This thing needs to be intense. It needs to be insane. These two need to beat the living hell out of each other. These two need to be trying to rip each other's faces off. This thing needs to be chaotic. Think about, in recent memory, what we have to compare to this. The last unsanctioned match being an Elimination Chamber between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If we're comparing that to this, which is, we kind of have to because it's the only other unsanctioned match in recent memory, this thing needs to be freaking brutal. And I'm still holding out hope that WWE is going to keep it that way because WWE loves to recreate things that worked. And the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match worked. So they're going to try to recreate it, I'm sure. For my prediction, though, I think that Jacob Fatu is going to win. I would have predicted Drew McIntyre, but then I learned that he's going to be going away and filming a movie after WrestleMania. So I think at this point, it honestly wouldn't benefit anybody to put Drew McIntyre over. I think the best course of action here is to write off Drew McIntyre. And hopefully this will elevate Jacob Fatu further into the main event scene. On to the next. Let's talk about the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We have AJ Lee defending the championship against Becky Lynch. Now, I know the popular take going around is that Becky Lynch is going to win back the championship because she's the full-time talent, this, that, and the other. But if you guys saw my most recent edition of who is going to dethrone every current WWE champion, you know where I'm going with this. I think AJ Lee is retaining the championship. I think she is going to take the win here, take the title to the Raw after WrestleMania, do an open challenge, and drop the title, probably to an NXT call up. And look, I just want to say this take is starting to make the rounds now, and people are starting to kind of think that this might be a possibility. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers here, and I know I don't have a lot of viewers here, but you guys, you check the facts, check the data. I was throwing that around before anybody else was throwing that around. That's a Kyle Johnson original take. Well, the IWC be doing what the IWC be doing. I don't know. I honestly don't know how it made the rounds, but just remember Kyle Johnson said it first. Not that it really matters. But yes, I do think that AJ Lee is going to retain the championship. I hold firm on that belief. I honestly think Becky Lynch is needed in the women's world title scene. I think sending her back to the Women's Intercontinental Championship, I don't think is going to do anything for anybody. I think Becky Lynch needs to move on from this entirely. She spent the last year in the Intercontinental Championship scene and building up that title. She's done her job. Now let her go to the main event scene. Let her feud with the Women's World Champion. Sticking with the women, let's talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have the Irresistible Forces defending the titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and of course Nikki and Brie Bella, the Bella Twins. Now, if you guys saw my again the Who Will Dethrone Every Champions video that I just recently made, I've been raising the flag for the Bella Twins for a long time now. I've been saying since basically they came back, since Brie came back at the Rumble, I've been saying they're going to win the tag titles at WrestleMania. Of course, now this match is kind of in doubt because of Nikki Bella's ankle injury, and it's not even known if the Bella Twins are even going to be in this match. So, with that, I am changing my tune a little bit. Even if Nikki Bella is able to make it back in time for this match, I don't think they are going to give the titles to a team that they can't even confirm is going to be in the match proper yet. So I think they're going to give it to Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Bayley was obviously screwed last year at WrestleMania. This would be a nice moment to kind of give to her as, almost like an apology. I think she needs one and she deserves one. Plus, Lyra and Bayley is the team that most makes sense here. Obviously, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss had the titles prior. They're needed in the main event division as well right now. And I think this is a good time for all the main eventers who took the time in the women's tag team scene to elevate that, to move on to the main event scene, to go back to their natural environment and let the actual women's tag teams work in this division. And I think Bayley and Lyra would be a really good anchor point for the women's tag team titles going forward. So yes, my prediction is Bayley and Lyra Valkyria will win the women's tag team championships. Next, let's talk about Gunther versus Seth Rollins. I'm going to keep this one brief because I think it's obvious what's going to happen here. Braun Breaker is cleared for in-ring competition. So I think Braun Breaker is going to cost Seth Rollins the match. He's going to make his return at WrestleMania. He's going to spear the shit out of Seth Rollins, and Gunther is going to win. For our third women's match of night one, we have Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. This one's kind of up in the air for me because I have been saying in my Who Will Dethrone Every Champions videos that Liv Morgan will win the title at WrestleMania. I've been staying firm in that. But I could also see a world where Stephanie Vaquer wins. And I think that is what makes a really good feud. I think that means that this feud is working because Stephanie Vaquer is getting some strong moments. Liv Morgan's getting some strong moments. This match could truly go either way. I think I am going to stick with Liv Morgan, just because I got to go with some safe picks. You know what I mean? And I think Liv Morgan is the safe pick here. I think Stephanie, I would have liked to see her have a women's world title run. with main eventers such as Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Becky Lynch. I unfortunately she didn't really get to experience that, and that kind of sucks. But I definitely think Liv Morgan is going to be winning the title here. But I wouldn't be surprised if Stephanie Vaquer does retain. And actually, I don't think I would be upset if Stephanie Vaquer retained. Moving on. Of course, now, guys, let's get to our main event of night one. We have Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Randy Orton with Pat McAfee in his corner. Look, guys, my hype for this match just entirely crashed over the last couple weeks. I am not excited for this match at all. I think it's just going to be a celebrity run-in fest. You know, you got Jelly Roll in this now. You got Pat McAfee. When a match like Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton should just be about the two guys in the ring. These two could carry a great story in a great in-ring match, but unfortunately, WWE is not going to learn from their mistake with Travis Scott last year, and they're going to insert celebrities in the main event. Now, look, I will preface by saying this. I am a firm supporter of celebrities in wrestling. You guys are never going to shake me on that take. I think celebrities definitely have their place in wrestling. I enjoy most celebrity spots. I think the only one in recent memory I didn't enjoy was Travis Scott. But I love celebrity involvement in WWE. I think it actually does elevate the product. But in the main event programs, especially at WrestleMania, celebrities have no place. Celebrities should not be anywhere near the main event of WrestleMania. And it's a shame that WWE didn't learn from last year. But I'm going to remain unwavering in this take as well. I do think Randy Orton wins here. I think Randy Orton becomes the 15-time WWE champion. I think it's time, man. I think it's time we crown Randy Orton. Because let's be real, if Cody Rhodes walks out of WrestleMania with that title, the IWC might explode. Although I guess a really good way to get the crowd to start cheering for Cody again instead of Randy was to include Pat McAfee in this storyline because it's kind of working. So, I mean, if the plan with Randy's heel turn to get people to stop cheering Randy out of arenas is to bring Pat McAfee to his side, then job well done, I suppose. Well played. Before we get to night two of WrestleMania, let's talk about a part of WrestleMania that is personally very exciting for me. And that is, of course, John Cena's involvement as the host. The Never Seen 17, the last real champion, is hosting WrestleMania. I'm going to talk about a little bit what I think John Cena might do, what I would like to see him do as the host of WrestleMania. And this is all assuming that John Cena is not going to get physical, because I do firmly believe that John Cena does not want to get physical in the ring anymore. I think he is here strictly as a personality. And I'm fine with that. I'm totally okay with that. As long as we're getting John Cena on my screen, that's all that matters to me. I'm kind of going to spoil a little bit about my night two predictions and my night two kind of thoughts with this here, because one thing that I'd really like to see John Cena do is put over the next generation. If we're going to make this show like a crowning moment of the next generation, kind of like a WrestleMania 21 vibes kind of show, I think it would be great to have John Cena have backstage segments with some of these talents after their matches. Guys like Oba and Trick and Javon, and have him have backstage interactions with these talents after their matches. I think that would be a fantastic use for Cena. Guys, we just need to get a John Cena Danhausen backstage interaction, or in the ring. I don't care where this interaction happens. It actually might be worthy of happening in the ring. But we do need to see a John Cena Danhausen segment. This is just a non-negotiable for me. I need to see it. I don't even know what they would talk about, what they would do, but I want to see it. And I think the last thing I would really like John Cena to do, besides the one thing that I know he's going to do, is announce the attendance figures, announce any sort of record-breaking things that might be happening. I'd like for him to have some kind of interaction with Gunther, whether it be backstage before the match of Gunther and Seth Rollins or what have you. I think it needs to happen. Even if it's just a brief face-to-face interaction, like a brief face-off, that's enough for me. Now let's move on to talking about night 2. Let's start with the match that I think is going to kick off the show, which is Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. Guys, this is going to be one of those picks where it's like what I want is different than what I think. Because all my heart is telling me Oba. My heart is screaming Oba Femi. But my brain is saying Brock Lesnar. Like, this is ESPN. We all know that Ari Emanuel and TKO are getting their little grubby paws all over creative. I could easily see a world where Brock Lesnar goes over here. And I think that would be such a stupid decision because if you really think about it, like, this is one of those rare moments in wrestling where you can make a megastar in one moment, in one match. All Oba has to do is get an impressive win over Brock. Megastar. Immediately. Main event superstar right away. One match. In one match, you have made a main event superstar. So why would WWE pass that up? That's just stupid. That is plain stupid to pass up. And all you need for proof of this is what Oba and Brock have been doing the last couple weeks. To Brock's immense credit, he has made Oba look like a badass just in a couple simple segments. But getting a 1-2-3 victory over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, star-making moment, and WWE would be an idiot not to pull the trigger. That being said, I have adopted a when in doubt mentality for WWE, which is when you wonder and when you're in doubt of if WWE is going to do the right thing or if they're not, you always bet on they're not going to do the right thing. So that being said, my prediction is going to be Brock Lesnar. I hate it. I don't want it to happen, but I'm sorry. I want Oba Femi to win. With all my heart, I want Oba Femi to win. I just, when in doubt, WWE's not going to do the right thing. Brock Lesnar's going to win. Let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship ladder match with Penta defending the title against Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. I think this match has the potential to be great. I think this match has the potential to be a huge kind of spot fest. And honestly, I dig it. In terms of the winner here, I am kind of torn. Like I was mentioning earlier with the John Cena stuff, I do think this could be a night where WWE just crowns the next generation, much like WrestleMania 21. But I don't know. They really like Penta. They really, really like Penta, and I could see a world where Penta retains. For me, it's between Penta and Javon. I think one of these two is walking out. I'm sorry to the rest of the field. I don't think they stand a chance. But I am going to say, I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to say Javon Evans becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. Next up is the WWE Women's Championship match. We have Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. Now, look, the popular take going around is that Jade Cargill losing here would make her look weak, and you want to make her look strong for an eventual Bianca return and feud. To be totally honest with you, I don't want to wait for Bianca. I don't care. Jade Cargill's run has just been so insufferably bad as WWE Women's Champion. I don't buy her as a main event. I bought her as a main event when she basically squashed Tiffany Stratton. Everything after that, I haven't really bought. She's been feuding with undercard talents, which of like Michin and BFAB, who are basically jobbers in the women's division, and then she recruited them. So now she's got like a mid card of Evil faction reminiscent of Baron Corbin from WWE in the dark years. Like, seriously, does this faction not give you Baron Corbin mid card of Evil Vortex vibes? I don't want to see the title on her for another second. If Bianca comes back, they can have a non-title feud. I don't care. Rhea, save us, please. My prediction is Rhea Ripley winning the women's championship. Maybe Bianca returns and costs Jade Cargill the match. Maybe there's like a numbers game going on with Michin and BFAB. Maybe Bianca makes her triumphant return at WrestleMania and costs Jade Cargill the match. I would be so down for that. So my final prediction is Rhea Ripley. Let's talk about Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. This is so sad because this is a match if you guys have been following my channel, I've been begging for WWE to do this match all year. I've been saying this match has to happen at WrestleMania. Please do it. I was begging for WWE to do it. I didn't think they would do it. And finally, they are doing it. But it feels like it doesn't matter. I mean, the build to this match has been entirely non existent. It's been all video packages. That's the entire build to this match has been video packages. So my excitement levels for this match are basically on the floor. A little bit more excited now that the Demon is coming back. But especially with the Demon coming back, I am predicting that Finn Balor wins. Finn Balor has to win. Now that the Demon is involved, Finn Balor has to win. There is no world that exists in which Finn Balor should lose this match now that the Demon is involved in the situation. So my prediction is Finn Balor beats Dominic Mysterio. Speaking of matches I'm not excited for, let's talk about Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States title. I'm going to make this one quick. I think Trick Williams wins the United States title. I think it's beyond obvious. I think keeping the title on Sami Zayn would probably be the biggest mistake WWE could possibly make. I genuinely think that putting Brock over Obafemi would not be as big of a mistake and as tone deaf of a decision as having Sami retain here would be. That is how much Sami Zayn does not need to be holding this freaking title. For the love of God, save us, Trick, whoop that Sami, and win the United States Championship. I am predicting that Trick Williams wins the U.S. title. And it's main event time. We have CM Punk defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns. This is another match where I think you can make an argument for both superstars winning. I think everybody immediately just goes to, oh yeah, Roman's going to win. Roman's in the world title match. He's going to win. But let's hold our horses for a second and let's actually think about this. Because that's what I did. I sat here and I thought about, does CM Punk actually have a chance of winning this match? And I think he does. I think there is a very real possibility that CM Punk wins this match, especially when you incorporate any sort of shenanigans that might happen with the Usos or anything like that. Maybe Jay turns on Roman Reigns and costs him the match and goes after the title of Tribal Chief. Or maybe the Usos help Roman Reigns and cost CM Punk. Shenanigans will be afoot in this match. Side note, but isn't it a little weird that WrestleMania main events nowadays can't just be a straight bell-to-bell match? We have to have an insane amount of shenanigans. I just find that funny. I am going to go with my gut here. I am going to stick with Roman Reigns winning the title. I could see a world where CM Punk wins, but I got to stick to my gut and say Roman Reigns here. Well, guys, those are my WrestleMania predictions. Thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to leave down in the comments below what your WrestleMania predictions are, what you think might happen at the show, who you think's going to win, who you want to win. I want to hear from you. It's WrestleMania week, guys. Let's all get together and talk about WrestleMania. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to tune in next week for the WrestleMania Fallout videos. I will be doing a separate review for both Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.